If ideas had taken shape, if plans had come to fruition, if dreams had come true, a quiet, sparsely populated bay on Australia's east coast would have been the location of not one, but two major cities, a hub of industry and commerce, featuring universities and underground rail systems, and the home of potentially millions of people. In the years following the Federation of Australian States, a policy of decentralisation was adopted by the nation's decision-makers, which would mean new ports, new towns, and new cities. In 1908, the Canberra area was selected as the site for Australia's national capital, with the New South Wales Parliament ceding the district to the federal government in 1911. It was decided that the new landlocked Federal Capital Territory should have access to its own seaport. The site chosen was Jervis Bay, 200 kilometres south of Sydney, New South Wales again ceding land to the Commonwealth. Upon hearing of the Jervis Bay decision, real estate developer Henry Halloran saw an opportunity. The head of a successful engineering and surveying company, Halloran turned to property speculation, purchasing large tracts of land around Jervis Bay in anticipation. Halloran's belief that eventually a rail line would be built from Jervis Bay to Canberra, and that the rail line from Sydney may be extended to the bay, the possibilities for the area were endless. With the building of a naval college on the southern side of the bay in 1912, Halloran planned a development nearby, initially named the Naval College Estate, later known as Pacific City. Located to the west of the Naval College, Pacific City would take up an area broadly encompassing the present-day towns of Vincentia, Hyams Beach and Sanctuary Point. A welcome sign was erected, streets were named, blocks were divided, and a quarterly magazine, the Pacific City Times, was printed. But Pacific City would not be Henry Halloran's only plan for Jervis Bay. The city of St Vincent would be the jewel in the crown. Inspired by the city beautiful, architectural and urban planning movement of the turn of the century, Halloran proposed a grand metropolis to be built on the northeastern shore of the bay. So named for being located in the county of St Vincent, the city's central business district would be located on the Beecroft Peninsula, on the site of the current Beecroft military weapons range. A railway system of up to 21 railway stations would connect the city, including sections of underground rail, the concept predating Sydney's underground rail by a decade. The rail system would pass through the sprawling industrial suburb of Birmingham, north of the city, which would have also seen the mangrove-lined Currarong Creek converted into a shipping canal leading into Wollumboola Lake, where a shipbuilding industrial centre was also proposed. St Vincent's residential suburbs would sprawl across the northern shore of the bay, including the Golfhurst Estate, which would offer resort-style living and be surrounded by an 18-hole golf course. Locations for the construction of deep-water ports and a site for colleges and a proposed university were also designated. In the end, Henry Halloran's dream of St Vincent and Pacific City would remain just that. The railway to Canberra would never get built, and the rail line from Sydney would not be extended. The policy of decentralisation would fall out of fashion. 2 world wars and a Great Depression would be the nail in the coffin for the ambitious plans for Jervis Bay. A workaholic, Henry Halloran continued his successful career in real estate development on more modest projects, until 1953, when ironically he died on the bus commuting to work at the age of 84. On the proposed site of the St Vincent City University, Halloran's son Warren erected an obelisk, the only tangible reminder of what might have been.